Hello everyone, this is Money Mom. Welcome to the channel. Today I want to chat with you guys all about food waste, and I'm going to show you something I'm doing to eliminate food waste. So I'm going to get ready and show you about it. Okay, all, just to let you guys know, I've been really good about not wasting very much food at all. I have really reduced our food waste, especially produce and dairy. I only buy the dairy things I know we're going to eat, and I don't buy a lot. I buy small amounts. And also produce. I rarely ever waste any produce. That's because I buy frozen. The one thing I sometimes waste is bread. As you can see this loaf here. Normally, a lot of times we would have used part of it, but we haven't used it. So what am I going to do with it? I'm going to show you here in a few minutes. Okay, what I'm going to do right now is make a bunch of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I'm putting peanut butter on both sides. I have several different jars of jelly and jam that have just a little bit in them. And so what I'm going to do is make up these sandwiches and put them in portion containers, little sandwich bags. And then I'm going to put them in a larger, what I call bigger sandwich bag or storage bag, and I'm going to label them and put them in the freezer. That way, if we don't have any meals, we can have one of these to eat. I'm also going to do this with some meat sandwiches, so stay tuned and see how I do it. Okay, I'm done with the peanut butter and jelly. I'll show you how I label these when I'm finished with all of this. Now, I have some bread left, and I do use the heel of the bread. I don't mind eating the ends of the bread. Tell me how you guys feel about it. I am now going to make some meat sandwiches. Before I do that, though, I want to show you something. I thought, I'm going to have to throw this peanut butter jar away. No, I didn't. I got out my little spatula for the peanut butter jar, and I got even more peanut butter out of there by scraping along the sides with a small little spatula. So I ended up making another sandwich. And so these little tools are very, very handy. Those little mini spatulas, you can get them anywhere, but they sure come in handy for jars. Now what I'm going to do is make a meat sandwich. I did put some butter on it because it will help the meat to adhere to the bread better. I'm not going to put mayonnaise or mustard or any kind of condiment. I'll let the person choose. I have different types of meat here. What I'm going to do is put the meat down first and then the cheese on top of that. I'll cut the sandwich in half and then put it in a sandwich bag, and then I'll put it in a larger storage bag. So I'll show you what this looks like at the end, but what I'm thrilled about is I'm not going to be wasting that bread. There's so many times where I've thrown out half loaves of bread. This was a whole loaf. Nobody was using it. And guess what? No one's been making sandwiches lately. I don't want this stuff to go bad. We spend our hard-earned money, and there's no reason to throw any food away. We should use everything we have. Remember, the freezer is your friend. I'll be back shortly. Okay, all, I wanted to show you an example of the meat sandwich. We have a lot of lunch meat right now. I don't want it to go bad, and so I've made some really thick, hearty sandwiches. Like I said, I just put some butter to adhere the meat and the cheese on there. People will have to put their own condiments. I already have the larger storage bags ready. This one has meat and cheese sandwich on it. This one has peanut butter and jelly on it. So for some reason, let's say I had a week where I couldn't cook for whatever reason. We've got these we can eat. I've also got cans of soup I haven't been using. So this would make a nice frugal quick meal. Say if my daughter and her boyfriend want to go on an outing, they can grab a few sandwiches. I can make them up some cold drinks in their thermoses, or they can make themselves some cold drinks. They can take this with them and save a lot of money. We could have wasted this loaf of bread that was going to start getting stale. But I found a use for it. I'm going to put this in the freezer, and I know that these will come in handy. I also created another little storage container to put things in. Next week, I have another idea on how to use leftover bread. One thing to mention to you guys before signing off here is every day, Go through, even if you take 1 minute while you sit down for a meal, ask yourself, is there anything in my refrigerator, freezer, or pantry that's starting to get a little bit old that I can use today? This may save us a lot of money and get creative with the food that we already have in our house. That's all I have to say for now. Love you, appreciate you, and hope to see you on the next video. Bye-bye.